Hi there guys, we're about to solve some differential equations in calculus. So we have the equation dy dx equals e to the y times the quantity 3x squared minus 6x. And so right now what we're trying to do is we're trying to find a line tangent to this equation. And so the way that we're going to do this is we're going to set up our point slope forms. That's y minus y1 equals m, which is our slope, times x minus x1. Okay, so we're trying to do this at the point 1, 0, okay? So that means our y value is 0. We still don't know our slope, but we know our x, and that's 1. Okay? So now we have the equation dy dx, and dy dx means slope. So therefore this right here is our slope equation. So all we have to do now is just plug in our y and our x value, and that will give us our slope at the tangent. So we have e to the 0 times the quantity 3 times 1 squared minus 6 times 1. When we simplify that out, e to the 0 is 1 times 3, and 1 squared is 1. 3 times 1 is 3. We have minus 6 times 1, so we're going to get negative 3. So that means that is our slope. So therefore, when we solve this out, y minus 0 is just going to be y. So what I will do, I will write this over here. So plug that back into there. We have y, and y minus 0 is simply y. We get y equals our slope, negative 3, times the quantity x minus 1. So when we simplify that out, we get y equals negative 3x plus 3. Alright guys, so we just solved for the line tangent to the point 1, 0 of this graph. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to approximate for the point f of 1.2. And so the way that we're going to do that is we're simply going to plug 1.2 in for our x value. So we're going to get y equals negative 3 times 1.2 plus 3. So the way that that's going to work is you're going to get y equals negative 3.6 plus 3. And that's just simple simplification. And we get negative 0.6 is our answer. Alright guys, so now we found our general solution, which was y equals the negative natural log of negative x cubed plus 3x squared plus c. So now what we have to do is we have to find the particular solution at 1, 0. And so now in order to do that, we're going to have to solve for c. And so the way that we're going to do it, we're going to plug in 0 for y, because that's our y value, equals the negative natural log, and we're going to plug in 1 for all of our x values. So we're going to get negative 1 cubed plus 3 times 1 squared plus c. So now we have 0 equals the negative natural log, and then we'll simplify this down. We're going to get negative 1 plus 3 plus c. So that means we're going to get 0 equals the negative natural log of 2 plus c. So now what we want to do is we want to get rid of this negative, and negative 0 is still 0, and we're going to get 0 equals the natural log of 2 plus c. Now we have to get rid of this natural log, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the e power to both sides. So we're going to put an e right there and an e right there, so those cancel. So it means e to the 0, and anything to the 0 power is 1. So we're going to get 1 equals 2 plus c. We're going to subtract 2 from both sides, so therefore c equals negative 1. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come back up to our general solution, and in order to find our particular solution, all we have to do is plug in our value for c. So we'll plug in negative 1 for c. So that means our equation becomes y equals the negative natural log of negative x cubed plus 3x squared minus 1. And that is our particular solution.